Guys, what's up? It's Josh and Ethan with Team Legit, and today we are going to be doing our SKUA review here in wonderful, warm February in Southern California. As you can see, Josh and I are in our tank tops here, and it is like 70 degrees.
Almost, yeah.
It is so warm out here, and it's beautiful outside, so we decided that today would be a good day to go ahead and put the SKUA to the test. We've been doing a little bit of testing. But this is going to be the official review. We're going to give you our thoughts. We're going to be doing, maybe a little bit of range runs and some efficiency. You see, we'll show you guys what's up. And this is SKUA review. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, Josh is going to launch the SKUA for us, and here we go. Alright, so we had some technical difficulties, so we had to land, and we're taking off again. So, Josh is going to do this one more time, like he does it every time. Alright, here we go. Much better.
I think it just comes right out of your hand.
There we go.
Great airplane.
Alright. Okay, so we're cruising along. This plane cruises beautifully at 5 amps, around 20 miles an hour. So if you want to go really far, really slowly, this plane will do the job. One of the things that I really like about this plane is the rudder. When you coordinate the rudder with the ailerons on this plane, you can get some really nice coordinated turns.
We're actually running the Storm OSD in this this particular plane. It seems to be one of our favorites just for simplicity's sake, for setting up everything. It's just a really, really easy, powerful, well-working OSD and autopilot system.
So we're just cruising around the field here back behind my house. As you can see, we are maintaining altitude at just over 3 amps.
This is actually from a previous owner of this airplane. You can actually see all the scratches and everything right around here on your screen. And the reason, actually there's a really big one up there,
yeah,
but that's because this plane was set up not quite proper the first time we flew it. When he threw the plane, not us, different pilot, threw the plane, and it shifted all the batteries to the back of the pod. So make sure you have it firmly mounted inside of it, because if you don't and it slides back, then you lose your center of gravity and it ends up being incredibly tail heavy. And you know how the saying goes, nose heavy plane flies bad, tail heavy plane flies once. So that flying once thing is pretty much true as far as our dome goes, because it ended up slamming into the asphalt and destroying part of the dome. So definitely make sure your CG is set up properly on this plane, which is another nice point about this plane, is the CG points are actually marked on the bottom of the wings, aren't they?
No,
they're not?
Those there.
Oh, okay.
Cruise over here. Yeah, I need to screw with the gains a little bit more, but yeah, like I said, we're still in the middle of some testing, so gains are not exactly where they should be. But the plane itself just flies beautifully. It's really smooth, really slow, and will easily carry 10,000 milliamps. Calm, still California nights like this plane is just awesome.
This plane is honestly designed to just go far, fly smoothly, and be an excellent slow flying long range airplane. It's crazy efficient. What was your max speed on that pass? Really? Wow. I don't think we've ever gotten it to go that fast. Awesome. That's one thing about this airplane too, as far as styling goes. A lot of people think it's really ugly, which quite honestly, most of us agree. It's not the most attractive airplane, but with that unattractiveness comes a very drone-like look to it, especially when it's in the air. It's got that pod hanging off the bottom with that dome on it. It has a very, very drone-y look to it. And also, it's very, very efficient having that dome on the bottom of the plane because it is a tractor-style plane. It also has that dome, and it just cuts way down on the wind resistance on this aircraft. Very nice.
Cruising over 2 amps. That is one thing that I cannot get enough of this plane is the crazy low amp draw. So we're getting tons of efficiency on 5,000 million. Just cruises around 20 miles an hour, just around 5 amps, and it's just going to do circles overhead. So I'd like to say a couple of things about what I really like about this plane. Well, it's really efficient with the tractor style prop, and the we were able to put a low kV motor on it with a big 10-inch prop. 10-inch prop is about the max you can put on it because of the dome. But it's really slow, and efficient. That's like the biggest thing. That's what this plane is for. You can do tons and tons of miles with this plane, and you can easily load it up with 10,000 milliamps, no problem whatsoever. One of the things that I don't like is that it's slow, but I don't know. You have to weigh out between efficiency and speed. You know, you have to find a balance there, and this plane is definitely more on the efficient and slow side. Another thing that Josh and I figured out that we really don't like is that it doesn't roll. You can't get it to do a barrel roll. It just doesn't. Josh was able to do it, but it was very awkward, and excuse me, as legit wing flyers, where we roll and roll and roll and roll for days, as a plane that doesn't roll, it's very sad.
When we first actually picked up the airplane from Johnny, team leader, he said that the rudder was completely pointless. And
I disagree.
We actually, yeah, we ended up starting out with flying it without any rudder, flying it just like we flew like something like the Sky Hunter doesn't have a rudder at all. But when you fly something like this, it really does actually need the rudder, even though it's only like tiny little thing. Like my Bixler has a bigger rudder than this plane does, but that little tiny rudder makes a world of difference on this airplane. Whether it's just a little bit of trimming to get it to fly right in the wind, or it's like a little bit of coordination in your turns, everything. And just that little tiny little rudder, don't skimp out, put that extra servo in there, and make sure you definitely run the rudder. It makes a huge difference on this aircraft. What are we doing, Ethan?
We're cruising around.
We're cruising around?
The field down below my house. Disclaimer, we have permission to fly over this field. Wherever you're going to fly, always get permission first.
Yeah, definitely.
That is one of the big things. We have permission to fly around this field, and we have a lot of fun doing it because it is a very awesome place to fly. At my house here, we're set up on a hill, so you throw a plane and we can just drop off the hill into the field. We have all this open space out here in Leona Valley, and tons of room to fly around in, and us Team Legit members have a lot of fun flying around here with permission.
Yeah, definitely is a big safety factor, because if we're going to actually crash a plane, we definitely want to have a bailout plan, and that bailout plan is slamming it into the bottom of the valley. And that's the bailout
where
plan.
There's nothing is. Yep.
Exactly. And we're actually flying some really good proximity flying with a SKUA. Interestingly sounding, but it happens, and it works actually pretty well.
One of the things about having a really low amp draw, I can cruise around on about a third throttle. So we have really low amp draw, but it has that punch if you really need to get yourself out of trouble, or you need to, like I just did, I got to the end of the field and I have to climb up and over a road and over power lines. So I got to the end of the field and I was able to just floor it and just climb right out of there. This plane has plenty of punch on 4S and our setup that we have here, which actually we should go over. We have a Sunny Sky for the motor. We have a Sunny Sky 2826 or 2820 800 kV motor with a 10x5 prop on it, a 10x5.5, which is the biggest prop you can get on this plane because of the dome.
Yeah.
And we have a 5,000 milliamp 4S, and let's see, we got our Storm in there.
Storm is our on-screen display and our autopilot
system, which is very awesome.
Never failed
Team
us.
Legit, never failed us. Team Legit swears by it. That's what we all run. Really cheap. You can pick up a Storm for about 140 bucks. And having some video problems, big time.
That's very interesting. We'll just keep flying it. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, plane's right there. Huh.
All right. Well, we're gonna come in for a landing because it's getting dark.
And for some reason, our video
has completely died. I'm just gonna flop it right down here on the field because we're not having technical difficulties anymore. Oh, well, this concludes our Storm video, or our Cyclops video. Wait, let me say that again. Alright, so we've cut open the hatch of our SKUA here. The lighting is kind of bad because it's getting late, but I figured I'd give you guys an inside look at the SKUA here. We have our Storm mounted up top here. Got my RangeLink receiver, which is soon to be out. We're going to switch into Dragon Link for everything. That's pretty much it for up here. It's just kind of a rat's nest. In the back, we have two high-tech HS65MG, or these are actually HP servos. These are not the Metal Gear version, but they're super smooth, super awesome.
Let's talk about that rudder.
This rudder's awesome. We like having rudder.
We talked about having rudder a little bit earlier, but on this plane, like, all things considered, look how tiny that little rudder is. But
it does good when coordinating turns, whipping that tail around. It does its job.
Yep.
So, and then in our wings, we have 2 unknown servos. They are just cheap Chinese servos. They are completely unknown. I hate to say it, but I don't really know about them. We have our Dragon Link UHF antenna out here. That is actually Dragon Link brand, which is really awesome. Run these on everything, really awesome. We got our GPS mounted out here on the wing, and then our 800 milliwatt 1.3 transmitter with a Lotus antenna mounted out there. We got our Sunny Sky motor 800 kV with a 10x5 here on the front. We got our ever so trusty PZO here in the front with a Mobius mounted nestled in there right next to it that is still recording.
Inside, what are we running for batteries?
We're running a 5,000 milliamp battery, 5,000 milliamp 4S. We've got a 60 amp Turnigy ESC. We have a Castle 10 amp Beck, and going into that Beck and into the Storm is a 1,500 milliamp 3S battery. And that's pretty much it. This is a really simple plane. And it flies really awesome.
We've actually flown this plane with 0 autopilot at all, and it actually just trimmed out. We've had moments. You want to tell them about the range link failure?
What happened?
The mounting. Remember?
Oh yeah, we were flying. We were about a mile out that way, mile and a half, almost 2 miles actually. And we were messing around, and the range link that was velcroed to the back of my transmitter actually fell off and hit the concrete, and we had 0 control. This plane is so stable, so trimmed out, so awesome that it just sat there and slowly spiraled down.
With no autopilot at
all.
all.
No autopilot. I didn't set fail-safe or anything because this was back in the day when we had just gotten this plane and we were originally testing it. And it just sat there and just spiraled around in a circle. It was just really stable, really smooth. Alright, one last thing that I'd like to go over is our Lotus antenna that we are running. The team is going to start running these 1.3, they're tuned for 1280, these 1.3 antennas for on everything. We're going to start running these things just on everything. They are really awesome, really high build quality, really durable. Crashed them a couple of times, and last week on our 20-40 mile round trip, with the Lotus antennas, just 2 Omni antennas, Lotus on the transmitter, Lotus on the receiver, we got almost 7 miles with just the Lotus antennas, which is like amazing. These things are awesome, and the video quality is really clear. You can actually see the difference between these and any other normal antenna that you'll find out there. Like when stacked up against, say, like a set of blue beams, these are on par, if not better. And they are also a set of these is cheaper than 1 blue beam antenna. So these antennas are really awesome, and we are going to be running these in the future. And so yeah, that's a Lotus antenna. They're really awesome.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh and Ethan with Team Legit. Hope that you guys really enjoyed the video. We had a lot of fun doing it. We've really enjoyed flying the SKUA, and we have learned that it is a really great plane. Flies really slow, it's really efficient, and you know, you want to say something, Josh?
It's just a good old plane all the way around. Yes, I am here.
Josh is here with me.
Josh is here.
So there's a couple of things that we like, also that we don't like. The SKUA, like I said, really slow, really efficient. We're kind of kidding about it not really rolling. I mean, you know, you have to pick and choose your FPV planes. You got your wings for your fun stuff, and then you got your SKUA, which is really efficient, going to go really far, going to have a lot of fun with it, flying slow. And then of course there's a dome on the front, which helps in making it really efficient. But like we were noticing, you saw in the onboard footage, the onboard footage is kind of iffy because the dome gets scratched up really easy. With every single landing, it puts a couple more scratches on the dome, and then with those scratches comes a less enjoyable viewing experience through the dome, and then
Glare.
Glare's a big problem.
Yeah, we were flying that plane around. Usually what you have to deal with is just the occasional lens flare with whether it be a Mobius action camera, even the GoPros do it occasionally. But I tell you what, we've been flying around that SKUA, and even though it is a great airplane, the glare has just got to go. It is so frustrating flying around, making these awesome shots, you know, making a nice wide bank over the top of a ridge overlooking one of the local valleys that we fly in all the time, and then the sunburst, instead of it making a nice cinematic lens flare, it's just a big cinematic blah. Yep. It's just scratches and glare and grass pieces, and You know what? It's great for protecting the camera, but it honestly is one of the only big downfalls that I found with that aircraft. I really like the dome for efficiency, but everything else, I don't know. It's not the best.
Yep. But you know, with every plane has its positive and negatives, and the SKUA gets a big, huge thumbs up from us at Team Legit.
Yes, sir. It's a really excellent aircraft. Flies good, and just FYI, I did get it to roll. So
yes,
it will do it. You just have to get a lot of speed and then just full sticks, and it'll do it.
Imagine a whale jumping up out of the water and rolling. Yeah, that's a SKUA.
Yeah, or it's just the sounds that we were making. It's just fighting it the whole way through.
Yep.
But
all right, guys.
Hope you guys enjoyed our review, and go ahead and if you guys like what you see, go ahead and link down in the bottom. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll be seeing lots more footage like this in the future. And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm Josh.
I'm Ethan.
Thanks for watching.
Catch you next time.
Hey guys, Johnny here with Team Legit. Today I've got a really cool and exciting aircraft for you guys. This is really exciting for me. This is the new X-Uav SKUA, or SKUA, however you want to pronounce it. SKUA is named after a bird, obviously flying around and whatnot. So this is we call it the SKUA. This is the X-Uav SKUA. It's